Hey, it's Ethan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Hollywood Rack Sport Rider SE Hitch Bike Rack and how it fits on our 2023 Kia Telluride. Sport Rider SE is a two-bike platform style bike rack capable of supporting two bikes up to 80 pounds each, held primarily by this frame hook and two additional straps down at the bottom. So it does make contact with the frame. We don't recommend using it with your carbon frame bikes. It should work with most alternative frame bikes just because it moves up and down that center mast, but it could damage carbon frames or your paint while you're driving, so that's something you want to consider. One thing that is nice about this rack is that it does have the ability to tilt away with the bikes loaded, but there are a couple things we need to undo first. Starting with this clip on the side, I like to just lift the rack up a little bit to make it easier to slide this pin out, and then we can pull this lever, and that moves the bike down away from the hatch. And we found that it gives us plenty of clearance to open up our hatch and more room back here if we want to. I can sit down, change my shoes in between rides if I need to, grab helmets, water, anything that I might need for my ride out of the trunk as well. We'll close it up and then we'll tilt the rack up. I will say there's not really any help with this, so if you do have two 80-pound bikes on there, that's something you definitely want to be mindful of. It's not the easiest thing to tilt back up in the world. I like to just lift up again on it a little bit to put that pin back in and then replace the clip. Now we can work on getting the bike removed. We'll start that just by undoing the strap in the back first. Leave that out of the way. Come to the front and do the same thing. You can see that there is this rubberized molding on the strap to protect our tire, which is just a nice little add-on feature. Get that out of the way as well. And then the hooks don't come all the way up the center mast, which is something I really like typically with center mast frame hooks. So the fact that they don't have that, a little bit of a takeaway. We will have to work around the mast a little bit to get our bike removed, but it's not too terrible. With the bike out of the way, you can take a closer look at the tray of our bike rack. So first we'll replace these straps, and I will point out that if you undo these hand threadable knobs, the cradles do slide up and down the tray to accommodate a wheelbase of up to 60 inches, which is pretty long. Also, the cradles and the straps are able to support a 5-inch tire width straight away, which is a really nice feature as well. To get this center mast out of the way, we'll have to undo this pin here, and you will have to line it up. There's just a little notch on there that you're going to have to line up. Put it down, and then find where that goes again, up here at the top, to secure that. From here, I'll get a measurement so we can see how much distance we've added on to the back of our vehicle. So, from the bumper to the furthest point back, it's going to be about 28 inches. So for that weight capacity and that tire size, it doesn't stick out as much as some of the other racks that we've tested. As far as ground clearance goes, from the back, probably going to be the bottom of these cradles as well. So we have about 20 inches of ground clearance. And if you're curious to know how heavy you'll have to lift, or how high you'll have to lift those heavy bikes, that's going to be closer to 23 inches. If we want to, we could save a little bit of space by, again, pulling this pin and the clip, and we'll have to undo both of these again, and you'll hear it click into place. From here, we can replace the pin and clip if we want to. I'll choose to do that real quick. Just slide it back in and secure that. Now we'll get that new measurement from the bumper to the furthest point back. It's going to be about 14.5 inches, so it really saves a lot of space that way, and it's pretty compact, so license plate, backup camera fully visible, and it doesn't come anywhere near our taillights or our rear window. As far as the shank goes, the rack uses a 2-inch shank that fits into our 2-inch hitch receiver. It's held in place by this pin and the lock core. That's going to be key to the cable lock that comes with the rack. Also, there is this collar on the shank that fits right up into the receiver, so you don't have to line it up every time. You'll know where it lines up just because that's there. It's all secured down by this hand threadable anti-rattle handle. So you just rotate that around. We like to make sure that it's horizontal when we're done so it doesn't mess with our ground clearance. So overall, if you're looking for a heavy-duty bike rack to get two 80-pound bikes where you need them to go, there aren't a ton out there that support that weight capacity, that tire width, and that wheelbase right out of the gate. I will say if you need a little bit of help getting those heavy bikes on and off, maybe check out something like the Hollywood Rack's Destination E or the Yakima on-ramp. Just have ramps to help you unload and load. If you don't need that help though and you want that weight capacity right out of the gate, Hollywood Rack Sport Rider SE is a great option. This again was just a look at how it fits on our 2023 Kia Telluride.